desire made you click on this video. I'm going to take you through my 7 steps to mastering desire. Step 1, I'll show you the best mindset that I've found for mastery. You know, that thing that you're trying to do all day. Step 2, I'll take you through a desire pyramid, which is a little pyramid I made. And it really helps to understand desire and what it is. And I'll even show you through our plan for how we're going to conquer desire. Step 3, I'll take you through natural desires, which is just the bottom rung of that pyramid. You'll understand more about that later. Step 4, I'll take you through cultural desires, which is the next rung up on the pyramid. You'll understand more about that later. And then step 5, I'll show you through authentic desires, which is the top level of the pyramid. Step 6, you'll learn how to use desire for motivation and just drive. So you'll be able to get up every single morning within like 5 seconds and not like lay in bed for 20 minutes just pretending you're laying in bed for 10. Like, it's just... And step 7, I can't have enough fingers. Like, I'll teach you willpower, which is just the skill of defying desires. Most people live their lives and never achieve anything. Like, really, really, feel that. Like, most people literally live their lives and achieve, if they're lucky, an above average life. Honestly, they waste their lives. They don't know about desire. So they settle for the easy path, which is just to do just enough to get by. And just get by. But we're not like ordinary people, are we? Like you and me, right? Like there's something special about us. We don't want to just have average or slightly above average, because, bro, like, the average guy is literally obese, bro. Like it's like, you know, like do we want average or like slightly above average? We probably don't, right? We want something a bit better than that. We want something more like this sort of mastery, like this feeling we've got, this ambition we've got. We want something greater. Honestly, bro, as I was learning about desire throughout the last, let's say maybe 6 months, my ambition went like that. I swear, man, I started journaling like, I will completely dominate everybody. I literally got so aggressive, in like a good way, because how are you going to beat anybody if you're not aggressive? So it's like, honestly, man, the way you achieve success in this world is by taking success from other people. There's this nice metaphor I like. We're all in a race. And you can pretend you're not in the race, but everybody's in the race. Your friend's in the race, the fat kid's in the race. This race is called the race of men. At the end of the race is the things that you desire. Trouble is, bro, you don't desire them that much. Trouble is, bro, there's so many things that you desire. You're currently in like 8 different races. Like, like, man. Desire is your competitive advantage. Desire will make you crush everybody. Desire is literally the difference between like that weird guy who keeps walking by your house and literally like Jeff Bezos, bro. In the next couple steps, you'll understand how powerful desire really is. I think you might take this a bit more seriously. Because, bro, people die because of desire. You will, no matter what, dedicate your life to desire. And that's how we all live. I don't think you can live without this video. And I by the end of this video, you won't think that's an understatement. And if you do, there's something wrong with you, bro. Because, like genuinely, bro. Every single action you'll ever take in your entire life will be because of desire. You master desire. Like, man, I'm just a kid, you know. Like, I'm just some guy who you know, like, who's learned a bunch of stuff from desire, and now I'm teaching it to you. I'm nowhere close to mastering desire, bro. But I think I've got enough to teach you. And honestly, bro, desire. You master desire, you're like straight up, you're halfway, you're half the way to mastering anything. That's not even a joke. Step 1. The best mindset for mastery. Okay, here's something for you to try and get your head around. Real growth is the elimination of desires. So, you've probably been accumulating a bunch of desires recently. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, there's probably like this person online who's done this thing, so now you want to do something similar, but you wouldn't even admit that out loud, right? Most people have way too many desires, and like the start of this video, bro, most people are most people, bro. Like you know, and we're probably not like that. So, real growth is the elimination of desires. Do you think Jeff Bezos is trying to get good at guitar, and he's also trying to, you know, he's also going to like the gym for 3 hours a day, and he's I don't know, let me think. He also like watches Netflix when he comes home from work, and he's also getting like he's also just started a band, and now like already you're like no, like the successful people, like Jeff Bezos is like billionaire, bro. What do you think Jeff Bezos did? Like, if you could imagine Jeff Bezos's morning routine, what do you think it is? I'll tell you, bro. And it's not what you think. It's literally just wake up, work, go to sleep. And that sounds depressing as hell, bro. But the thing is, a lot of these billionaires, they actually enjoy doing that. They desire doing that. And now they're super successful. And even if they weren't super, like, here's the thing, bro. Even if they weren't super successful, they enjoy it anyway. So who cares, right? You know, there's a good saying I love, like, you could be a depressed billionaire or a starving artist. And you also enjoy art, so, like, you know. Honestly, bro, you could probably have both. You could be like a $1 billion artist. But isn't that kind of sick, bro? But you might be like, oh, well, no, bro. Like, come on, bro. Desire is a powerful thing. Don't you dare underestimate that. Honestly, man. Once you know what you desire, your entire life instantly gets simplified, and suddenly real success occurs. So, here's a little success formula. I haven't taken this from any millionaires. It's just an idea I've got. Okay, so don't base any big life decisions off of this. But this is my idea, right? I believe that success is just how fast you're moving forward, divided by the amount of things constraining you. That's how I see it. Like, if you imagine success like a race. So say this is the path, and this is like the little dude racing. So you're sort of going along. So if you race with more momentum, you'll go further, won't you? Like that's just common sense, right? Like if you run faster, you'll get further, right? Okay, if you're running further, but you've got a backpack and there's like you've got like 20 pounds of weights in the back. No matter how fast you're moving forward, you're constrained by that backpack, right? So that's what I want you to imagine. I want you to imagine you're in a race and you're trying to go as fast as you can, but you've got a backpack and it's like full of weights. Constraints are like those weights, right? The process of becoming successful is the process of just trying to run as fast as you can while trying to get as many weights out of your backpack as you possibly can. That's it. Like there's not much more to it. You know, maybe learning how to focus better will help you like run faster on this race. Maybe there are other ways you can chuck more weight out, but basically that's all you need to know. Honestly, but like that's all you need to know. Like literally just next time you want to get successful at anything in life, imagine you're in a race and you've got to run faster, but there's a backpack on you and it's full of weights and you've got to try and get those weights out. I'm going to make another video and it will probably be sometime within the next month. It's going to be a full guide to mastery. I'm going to go a lot more in depth in that video on this sort of concept of the race. You'll understand a lot more then. But this is just a basic brief takeaway for this video. Momentum divided by constraints. That's how I see success. So mastering desire. If you master the desire, if you go through this video and you learn a few things, you'll be closer to mastering desire. If you master desire, bro, it increases your momentum because you're just more motivated to run faster. So what do? You run faster, and also your desire is, instead of your desire being like this, it's like this. So you just run even faster, and you get less constraints. Why? Well, look at it this way, but like when you desire 5 things, you have a lot less constraints than when you desire like 100 things, right? Because that's like, what's that, like 20 times as many constraints. So you are running faster, and you'll be faster at chucking the weight out of your backpack because you're only in a few races anyway, right? Yeah, that checks out. Okay. That's just a brief overview. So mastering desire is basically equals success in a short form, because it increases your momentum, you run faster, and you're in less races, so you get rid of constraints faster. Okay. So this video is basically the secret to success. Obviously, there's a bit more to it, but by the end of this video, you'll have mastered your desire. Or I don't want to say mastered desire because I want to still have a growth mindset when it comes to desire, because I know that this is a big topic. Honestly, bro. Like, there are people who have dedicated their lives to just learning one aspect of desire. That's not even an understatement, right? And also, at the start of this video, when I said you clicked on this video because of desire, that wasn't a joke. I read Atomic Habits, and he says habits fall into 4 stages, which is, I'm just going to brief overview. There's cue, there's the craving, there's response reward. So, for example, this is a habit. I see a water bowl, I want to drink some water. Did you hear that? Right? I want to drink some water. If I didn't want to drink this water, I wouldn't drink the water, would I? That applies for every decision you'll make for the rest of your life. Right? Like, that's how big this video is. This video is basically conquer every single decision for the rest of your life. So anyway, I'm going to stop bragging about how good this video is. And but because honestly, bro, when you've mastered your desire, your friends and family will respect you like hell, man. They'll literally think you're, like, so cool. Because instead of being the sort of guy who's doing, like, 50 different things, but he's kind of trash at all of them. If he's being completely honest, like he tries, like, he does try, but he's kind of, you know, like, he kind of knows, right? Like, he's not too good, you know, like, suddenly you're doing way less and you become way more successful at those few things. And suddenly your friends and family respect you like hell, bro. Suddenly people, like, agree with what you're trying to do. And if they don't agree with you, you genuinely don't even care. Because it's like, it's so important to you that if they don't agree with a thing that you desire, it's like they don't agree with you as a person. And at that stage, it's like, you probably might even not want to be in a relationship with them, if we're being honest. But honestly, bro, the amount of respect you get for this. Okay. That was a brief overview of step 1. So the next step is step 2. This one's going to be a bit longer. So it's going to just be understanding desire. And we're going to go over the little desire pyramid I talked about earlier. So, like I just said, every single action is because of desire. You would genuinely die if it wasn't for desire. Like I bet you didn't know that one. You would die. You would genuinely die because, like, there would be no desire to eat or drink or move. Like, there would be no desire for your heart to beat. Desire is beating your heart while you're watching this video. Desire is literally breathing for you right now. Bro, like, this is not a joke, man. Like, desire may be one of the strongest forces in this universe. Like that's starting to get a bit, like, magical, isn't it? Like, but it's not a joke, bro. And here's a little lesson that'll serve you very well. No one can bypass natural desires. So, in a little bit, you'll understand what a natural desire is. No one can bypass them. Maybe some special people. But honestly, nobody. They'll all always just come back. You might have heard, there's this idea online of people, like, just, like you might see this in, like, NoFap as well, like, just reject the urge. Your urge to fap is your sexual desire, okay? If you reject your sexual desire, which is a natural desire, it magnifies the desire, which makes it even harder to not fap. That's why every NoFap YouTuber should just be deleted. Like, if I had a magic wand, like maybe yeah, keep your income, I guess. But like, it's just like no, they should all be deleted because they're not even helping you anyway. It's all garbage. Like, they literally make it worse for you, bro. But anyway, that's a side topic. So, desire's got its pros and cons, right? Right? It's good for the good stuff, bad for the bad stuff, right? So, the benefits of desire. When you desire something, you get an energy boost. Because it's almost like your body's preparing itself for that thing. Like, if I think of how great water is, it's almost like I have this sudden like energy for getting the water, or just doing anything, but like getting the water especially. Just as an example, like desire is everything, right? So like, don't just narrow it down to just a water bottle or just objects or just anything, right? You'll get an energy boost. You'll also get a motivation boost. You'll get more motivated to actually go and do the thing. So you've got more energy. You want to do the thing more, which is desire is basically motivation. And you even get an increase in focus. And if you look into the realms of business and entrepreneurship and just working in general, focus is honestly one of the most powerful skills in the realm of just, I don't know, like making money in general. Because if you're more focused, you will dominate everybody else. Because they're all sort of wishy-washy, like, oh, just reply to my emails. It's like, it's all trash, right? It's all pretty much garbage. So that's what happens when you desire something. You're more motivated, you've got more energy to do the thing, and you're more focused on that thing. It's like, it's basically the ultimate formula. Like, there are literally like they're like full length podcasts on focus. Desire gives you more focus. They're also full length podcasts on motivation. Desire also gives you more motivation. Like bro, it's honestly like an all in one. But there are negative effects. I'm gonna be completely honest. Like, if you desire something too highly, it can actually be a detriment, and it can actually decrease your amount of desire. So I'm just gonna call it desire because it makes more sense for the video. But for anybody that's sort of like smart, like you're pretty smart, bro. But anyone who's like researched the realms of like neuroscience, which like I don't expect you to do that. That's not necessary at all. But this is the way I'm gonna explain it in like the sort of like the street sense way. When you desire something way too much, like you want something way too much, it feels good, and then afterwards, when the thing's gone, there's a big plummet. And then guess what, bro? It goes below where your original level of desire for just doing things was. And then that becomes sort of like your baseline level of desire. So you could think of your baseline level of desire as like, I want to get up and move and function and work and do this, and oh yeah, I love doing all this stuff. And then a low baseline level of desire is like, I can't be bothered to, I need more water. Oh, like that's sort of like a low level of desire, baseline desire. The more huge increases in desires you have, the lower your baseline desire will go, and you'll feel worse and worse and worse. So the rule is, you don't want to increase your baseline level of desire way too much, because then it will be like you'll just not want to move, and it will just, everything will be a bit boring for you, right? Also, little bonus thing I wasn't planning on giving. Cold showers will increase your baseline dopamine. I said the word desire levels by about 250%, and then for about 3 hours. So it's like, so you'll desire to work harder by about you'll desire to work 250% more for 3 hours after just taking a cold shower or just being cold. So that's something to think about. But I don't want you to desire to be cold. I don't want you to want to desire to be cold just because I said that just now. So only do it if you're like, if you were genuinely interested in the subject of desire before watching this video. Okay. Another negative effect is that you can waste decades of your life. on other people's desires, which is probably the worst one. So here's the idea, right? And it's not really an idea, it's just the solid truth, right? You were born and you had your natural desires, so like for food and water and just safety. And then people started layering desires on top of you, right? Your mum, I don't know, told you that you were so great at, like, I don't know, let me think. But basically, you know, other people that aren't you, told you to do things that you didn't want to do. They told you this more and more and more since you were like 2 years old, basically, bro. They told you to do all of these things, these other things, like, you know, like, maybe you'd be a good, what's the word? Journalist. No, what was the word? Like, the journalist? Is that the one? Yeah, maybe you'd be a good journalist. Maybe you should do that career path. 15 years later, you grow up. You go into journalism for 6 years. You just spent 6 years of your life. You never wanted to be a journalist. What did you just do? You never wanted to be a journalist. What are you doing, man? And then you decide that that's a waste of time, so you'll go on to something else. 6 years later. And then another desire. What's that one? I don't know. Well, my dad was a businessman, so I'm gonna try going out. And 12 years later, you made a little bit of money, but you're deeply depressed. Okay, that's 18 years down the drain. You're almost 40, bro. Like what are you gonna do now? Do you get the point? Honestly, bro, like, the person I learned this off says that there may be 1,000 desires like that. Most people literally spend their lives, like I've just described, fulfilling desires that were never originally theirs. You might not understand this right now, but like, imagine doing something you don't want to do. I mean, just imagine going to school. Imagine the rest of your life is spent going to school. But not specifically going to school, but like the feeling you get of going to school. I don't want to do this. This is going to be trash. Imagine that same feeling for the rest of your life. That's how people live. That is what you're going to escape by the end of this video. Imagine how valuable that is, bro. Like, can you imagine how valuable that is? You're going to escape that same feeling of school. Like, I'm saying school because, bro, you don't want to go to school, do you? So it's like that sort of feeling of, I don't want to go to school. That's the same feeling you get when you go into a career because your mum told you to be a journalist when you were 6 years old. It's the same feeling. It's the same thing. When your dad was a businessman, so you thought you'd try that out. It's the same feeling. Until you try and get rid of these desires, you will never be who you were meant to be. And you will live a life of going to school. Like, that's not even a joke. Those are the negative effects, so they can be quite detrimental. So, honestly, bro, like, if you master desire, you'll have all the positive effects and hopefully none of the negative ones. If you just follow the steps in this video. I know we're not going very practical right now because for the first half an hour, but like the from about step 3 onwards, it gets very, very practical, and the first 2 steps are just understanding and just talking, right? Just so the rest of this video makes a bit more sense. Relaxation and fun. This was a cool one. So here's some realizations I had. So this is the realization I had. It was really cool when I had this, actually. The words people use as arguments for the desire are just them describing why they desire the thing. So, imagine you're trying to convince someone to stop doing, I don't know, like, something that isn't really good for them, something that kind of makes their life worse in the long run. And then they have arguments for that thing. And I find that they tend to be something like relaxation and fun. Find those two are quite common, right? Like, maybe you should stop watching TV for like 5 hours and staying up till like midnight. Maybe that would be good for your health and that. Well, no, it's just no, it's relaxing. I need to switch off. So this is my understanding of what relaxation is. I'm pretty sure relaxation is when you fulfill all of your desires at once, so you have none left. That is my idea. So, for example, if you were watching TV and you were eating a pack of Doritos, I don't know, just as an example, you would be fulfilling all of your desires. What else do I desire? To be sociable. Okay, your friends are there. What else do you desire? That's about it, right? Like you don't want much more than that. Oh yeah, and you've got like a fancy watch because that's pretty cool. I don't know. Okay, so you fulfilled all of your desires at once, and now you have none left. This is relaxing. But I think relaxation tends to be when you've fulfilled them all, but not in an extreme way. It's just they're fulfilled, and it's quite relaxing now. You go most of your day with these desires, and now they're fulfilled, and it's relaxing. It's like when you come home from school and you just like eat a bag of Doritos and you just watch Netflix. It's relaxing, bro. Why? Because you're hungry, because you didn't have breakfast this morning, right? So you're fulfilling that desire, right? And you've been walking around school all day and you're exhausted, so you're laying down. And you're watching Netflix because in class you sit away from your friends, so you're quite lonely, and the school day didn't quite socially fulfill you, if you know what I mean. So you feel quite lonely, so you get that same feeling of being sociable from watching TV. You fulfilled all your desires, and now you're relaxed for a couple hours until they all come back. Now what are you left with? So I might sound a bit dark, but that's what relaxation I think is. I mean, it makes the most sense to me. Tell me if you've got any ideas in the comments, I guess, because I'm really just trying to get good at this myself. So honestly, I'm open to anything at this point. Fun. That's the next one. Fun. People always talk about fun. All video games are fun, bro. So fun is, I'm pretty sure it's something like having more than you desire. No, that's wrong. It's something like when there's like when you have a lot of desire for a thing. Do you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure that's what people say when they have fun, right? So it's like, I don't know, like imagine something fun, like you, your friend are all playing Minecraft, and I don't know, I'm trying to think of something fun. And you're eating cotton candy, and you've just something fun. You've just gone on a roller coaster. Like, that's so fun, right? Like, no, imagine you're literally playing Minecraft with your friend, and you're eating cotton candy, and you're on a roller coaster. Oh my god, that's so fun, right? Like, that's such a fun thing to think about. Why? Because it's almost like it's this sort of extreme version, right? Like, it's sort of like this thing that you desire very, very heavily. Do you get what I mean? Like, you're probably like trying to book a roller coaster now, like. I think the idea about fun is kind of vague, but it's like, okay, I'm on a roller coaster and I'm doing all of this, and it's like, it's when you have way, way more than you're used to. If you go on a roller coaster playing Minecraft with your friend every single day, it's like who cares, bro? It's when you have way more than you're used to of something that you desire. That's what fun is. Guess what that means, bro? You can have fun doing anything. Genuinely, mate. As long as you desire the thing, if you just put the thing on steroids, you can have so much fun. Most people don't know how to like honestly, man. Like I remember this one day I recorded 7 videos. I desired making videos, and I put it on steroids. So I was doing so many, and I was like making so much progress, and it was so fun. It was literally like it was so sick. I enjoyed it so much, man. If you put something you desire on steroids, it will just make it fun. So like you don't have to have this mindset of if I stop doing some things that I like doing, then I won't ever have fun in my life. This is something sad that happened to me recently, but my friend called me strict. Honestly, but like I wake up and I just live the best life I could possibly live. And my friend calls me strict. Second he said that, I understood what he meant. I understood that he has got no idea how I live my life. Like I think for a lot of guys, they might see the way these sort of like disciplined people live their lives and think, oh, he's so strict. Oh, he can't even have like cotton candy on the weekends, bro. Like, I wouldn't want to live that life. No, it's because I don't need cotton candy on the weekends. Because my life is so fun as it is. The way you live this sort of disciplined life is by living a life with more cotton candy than the guys. And by cotton candy, I mean just like enjoyment and like. Honestly, these people that like have these pleasurable things, it's honestly half as pleasurable as just being disciplined and working hard on something you enjoy. As long as you desire the things you do, you have more fun anyway. So there are these terms online. I'm just gonna go over pretty quick. A bunch of bonuses I'm adding. Like the script has got none of this, but like I'll just no. But anyway, okay. So what was it again? Disciplined people. What was it? Oh, I've genuinely forgotten, but this never happens, man. I swear. No, I've genuinely forgot. So like, I'm just gonna have to. I might add it in later if I remember. I don't know. Another thing is when you like sometimes like maybe when you're trying to when you're like really competitive, one of your desires might show there, which is your desire to kill the other team. So there's gonna be more about dark desires in step 6, which is so like I know it sounds cool, doesn't it? Like dark desires, like, but there is a deep desire inside of you to kill the other team. No matter what you're doing, there is a deep desire to kill, to destroy. I'll be going more in that on step 6, so that'll be interesting. But basically, it's like your deep masculine desire for destruction, which might not make sense now, but it's just a desire we've all got. So it's helpful to notice it, so it doesn't go underground in our psyche and just come out in something like weird way. Anyway, we finally get to the pyramid. So I spent a little bit on this. So, well, actually, it might take me like half an hour to come up with that. Okay, this is where desires come from. Natural desires, which is the bottom. Also, there's a little picture in the description. You can click on that link if you want to see the whole pyramid. Or I might just add it as a little picture on the video at 39:10. I'll try and remember that. So, also, bro, geez, you've watched for 40 minutes. For like that's genuinely insane, man. Like, I hope it's being valuable enough. I don't know. But this is my desire pyramid, which is basically just a little pyramid I made just to help you understand desire and all the different categories and where they come from and all of that. So, if you're looking at the picture, there are 3 layers, and I'll sort of explain it to anybody who's not looking at the picture. So, the bottom layer is your natural desires. If you don't have safety, warmth, heating, like what are the other ones? Food, water, like safety. If you ain't got any of these things, you're dead. So the rest of the pyramid basically doesn't matter. So that's the bottom layer, right? Okay, and then we've got another layer on tap. On tap, I got another layer on top, which is the cultural desires. So if this looks a bit weird, but cultural desires is basically like the things society convinces you to desire, which is like money, fame, grades, all those sort of like conventional things you're supposed to desire. Those are the second tier, cultural desires. Because I put cultural desires on the second tier because I think a lot of people will sacrifice their health for money. I think if people took the choice to have $10,000 or like 30% better health, I think a lot of the time they'd choose the money. So I put cultural desires on top because I think a lot of the time people sacrifice the bottom layer for these layers. So that's why I ordered that like that. And then on the absolute top level, this little like the small bit on the top is what I like to call your authentic desires. These are desires like your purpose in life. These are desires like your core values, these are desires like that you were literally born with, that are actually authentic to you. And most people will lie to themselves and they will say that their cultural desire for money is an authentic desire for them. Do not fall for that trick. Do not fall for that trick. Like, whatever you do, do not fall for that trick. Your desire for money probably ain't an authentic desire, or like probably ain't like if you asked your 2-year-old self and he could speak back to you, or like your 3-year-old self, how much money do you want to make? What would he say? Like genuinely, what would he say? Mommy, like what's that? Like, is it like if it's not, if your 3-year-old self didn't say you wanted it, it's probably not authentic, bro. Unfortunately, man. So yeah, be careful with that, because I find a lot of the time I can convince myself like a cultural desire is authentic when it's not really. The authentic desires are the small bit on the top. Your cultural desires are the big bit, and then the natural desires are the bigger bit. So that's how we sort of view this pyramid. Okay, so cultural desire, and then authentic desires you were born with. Yeah, you want to focus on the top level, your authentic desires, if you want your life to matter. So it's like that's how I see that. So that's the pyramid. I was really happy with that one. So that will help you understand desire and what we're talking about. The next 3 steps are just going to be going into each level of the pyramid. So this step is very important if you want to just sort of like understand what we're talking about here. So natural desires, remember, it's the things that you were born with that everybody else is born with. So the desires that everybody's got, that we're all born with, that we can't really override, that's just human nature. That's why they're called natural desires. Our desire for like sex, cultural desires, things society tells us to want. Authentic desires, things that we're born with, things that we truly want. Things that it's almost like, this might not make sense to you just yet, but if we asked our hearts what it yearns for, it would say this, right? And it's not a natural desire, and we crossed out all of those, that's what it would say. Step 4, natural desires. So if you want to achieve realization, just fulfill all of your natural desires. Natural desires is a multi-trillion dollar industry. Let that sink in. This is how you conquer them. But honestly, if you disagree with me, literally just go to Google right now and search. Like actually do this with me. Go to Google and search, how much is the entertainment industry worth? And then change the word entertainment to sex industry, and then change the word sex to food industry, and then change that word to do you see what I mean, man? It's literally a multi-trillion dollar industry. This is how you conquer those desires, because honestly, people literally make trillions off of playing off the natural desires that you reject. That's how we get natural desires. Honestly, man. The only way that we get natural desires is by rejecting them. Otherwise, we wouldn't desire the thing because it would be fulfilled. Or society rejects it in some way. So, like, if your mum didn't make you any food and there was nothing in the kitchen, you would desire food. If she did make you food, you would not desire food. Natural desires must be fulfilled if you want them to go away. A lot of the time, people try and dissolve them, and this might sound like being weird, like, but you see this in the nofap industry where people are like trying to reject their urge to fap. It's garbage. They ain't got a clue what they're talking about. Like, you can't reject a natural desire no matter what it is, no matter what technique you're trying to do, no matter what secret underground group you're on I don't care, like, or whatever it is, right? You cannot reject your natural desires. End of story. Slam shut. The only way you get rid of natural desires. So why would you want to get rid of natural desires? I don't know, because you kind of waste like 10 hours a day on them. It's not even an understatement. People will genuinely spend 3 hours on Netflix because they haven't spoken to a friend in the last 2 weeks. And then they will argue at you when you try and help them fulfill their natural desires, because they don't need friends. That's what we're talking about here, right? You spend 3 hours on Netflix a day, and that's the average, right? So for some people, it's probably more, because you haven't spoken to a friend in 2 weeks, and you say you don't need friends. That's what we're talking about. Your desire for friends is a natural desire, and you must fulfill it, or you will fulfill it in some other way that's probably dangerous and bad for you, like from Netflix. And the secret to overcoming any bad habit is through natural desires, just fulfilling them. And anyway, I'm talking about fulfilling them, and we'll go into how to do that in a couple minutes. Just let me go over this story. So I like this one. So people like to talk about this one a lot, which is the rats in the rat park. Okay, so here's this little scientific study type thing. So imagine there's two cages. I ain't got no cages here to show you. I kind of do, actually. So imagine this jar of nuts is a cage. Now imagine this little candle I've got here is a cage. Can't really see it, can you? But imagine there's these two cages, right? In one cage, it's the incredible cage, right? This is the amazing cage, right? Every single thing a rat could want is inside of this cage, and then I put a few rats in here, right? So this rat has got everything he wants, right? And he's in the cage. Here's a regular cage. It's just metal bars, and it's just like, imagine a cage. It's just regular cage. I've put a drip inside of both of these cages. This drip is for cocaine. A drug that rats very, very like, just like humans. We're going to see what happens. So, I don't know, like, however long goes by, like maybe a couple of days or whatever. The rats inside of this cage are dead. Ooh. Let's check out the other cage. Jeez, wait, what? Yo, mate, they're all alive? But basically, sometimes they took a drip. This is like a real scientific study. They didn't use nut jars, but like they did it like properly, like, if you can imagine it. The rats are all still alive. Some of them might have taken a few sips every now and then, but they're all still alive. None of them got addicted. They're all fine. The secret to addiction is fulfilling natural desires. Imagine how big the addiction industry is, right? If you can conquer addiction, that's like a multi-trillion-dollar like thing secret. Well, here's the multi-trillion-dollar secret. So this is how you fulfill your desires, your natural desires. You gotta find the cause. Trouble is, bro, a specific activity can't be directly linked to a specific desire because it could be playing off many different ones. I hope that makes sense. I could draw it for you if you want. Do you want me to draw it? I like drawing. Let's see what we got. I'm not sure if I've got the paper right now. I'll try and do it a little. Let's do it real quick. Here's the multi-trillion-dollar secret. All the little people waiting for me. So, like, we'll do Netflix for an example. And then we'll do, like, Desire 1. Desire 2. Desire 3. Boom. Here we go. Can you see that? Hold up. Let me turn that. This is how it works. This is Netflix, if you can see it, right? This is your first desire, your second desire, your third one. Netflix could be playing on all of these. They could literally just be playing. You've got to figure out whether you've got desire number 1, 2, or 3. And there could be like 10, 20, 30 of these, honestly. This is the problem. These trillion-dollar industries, like Netflix is in a trillion-dollar industry, but these big industries, they tend to play off many desires. Which means the first step is to find your desire. And the way you do this is through a little journaling practice. And I've made you a free document, so don't worry, you're not going to be completely on your own with this. I've really put a lot of effort into this one. So just please just trust the document and you'll find it. This is how you find the bad habits that are linked. This is how you find the natural desires that are linked to your bad habits. This is the secret. This is everything. This is literally how you achieve this. Once you find the natural desire to the habit and fulfill that desire, the bad habit goes away with it. Because why would you do it if you don't have a desire? Like I said at the start of the video, like, if you don't have desire, you die. If you don't have a desire for a specific habit, the habit dies. That's how powerful this is, right? This is the fastest and quickest way that, like, experts who have researched habits for years, decades, bro, say this is literally the fastest. And I could tell you about something that happened in Vietnam. I don't know. I'm not sure if I want to get into it, but basically, like people coming back, like, I think like it was something like 1 in 4 or something, like 1 in 4 people that came back from Vietnam had I think it was a cocaine addiction or something. It might have been meth or something like that. They had a drug addiction, right? They all came back, and none of them were addicted when they came back. And that's how powerful this is, basically. It just wipes it off the second you get rid of it. So I've got a free document in the description, so it should be underneath the little desire pyramid picture. So this will literally it will take you through the entire journaling practice, which is basically just going to be finding your causes to the desires, which is going to be very high value. Like bro, like I could sell that for $1 trillion, man. like probably not, because there's no trillionaires out there, but like, you know, like, it is basically $1 trillion industry, like, solution right there. Easy. Just like that. There you go. Now what you want to do, you want to link the desire, because once you've done that, you will have the desire, but you ain't got, like, you've still got to fulfill that desire. Like we said at the start, we can't just dissolve it. We've got to fulfill this desire. Once you've found your natural desire, we've got to fulfill it. Which means we need a solution and we need to take action. So I've made you an entire document. So I know another document is probably pretty annoying, right? Like why couldn't you just include this stuff in the video? But basically, some of this video I've put into documents form. The reason is 6 months from now, 1 year from now, 2 years from now, I can go onto a document and edit it. But you can't really do that with a YouTube video, unfortunately. Like, you probably should be able to do that, but like you can't really do that. So it's like, I've decided to instead just put it on like a document form. So if you click on the document years from now, it'll be like updated. So it's like, it'll be like a very advanced techniques into how to find the solution to the desire once you found it. So that's why I've done some of this in document, because I just want it to be as good as possible for you, and there's no other reason. Because like after learning all this stuff in the last few months, like I swear my success is going to go like this, and my knowledge is going to improve as well. So it makes the most sense. I think it's going to be more valuable for you than just making it into part of the video. So once you found the desire, you go through the list, which is basically going to be a desire and then the solution to that desire. You find your desire, and then you look at the solution and you try and implement it. I might try and add multiple solutions so you don't have to just pick. You can just pick the easiest, quickest one, and then you can just go and try out that solution. And if it works for you, that's fantastic, right? So if it doesn't, then it's like, then like I'm gonna try and make some other solutions so you can just try the other ones. So I've already made a bunch, so you can just go check it out right now in the description, right underneath the little document I made for journaling. So that's how you find the habit, and then that's how you fulfill the habit. Just a little document. Like in the future, I plan on having like videos and like just everything in there as much as I possibly can, and just I think I'm gonna dedicate like maybe over 100 videos to just how to solve people's desires, and that's not even a joke, right? So that will be very, very good if you're watching this years in the future. So that's interesting. That's all you need. Honestly, I know like 2 documents, $1 trillion industry, it's impossible, right? Like, there you go, bro. 2 documents, and you've literally just beaten $1 trillion industry that are all vying for your attention and your time and your money, because that's what they're all doing. They all profit off your natural desires, and your time, your attention, and all of your money. They all pry off it. Those 2 literally documents, bro, like these 2 little documents are all you need to literally be $1 trillion industry, and yet half the people won't even check them out. They won't even like go down to the description and look at the little like text box, and like they won't even look in the description. Like half the people watching this right now probably won't even do that. But like I hope like maybe something will click in your brain. You'll be like, yo, maybe $1 trillion industry solution would be valuable. Yeah, I'll do it next week. No, but seriously, it is very good, and I plan on making it very, very good in the future. So I think just put some trust into that, because I can't believe most people won't do it. That's kind of insane, though, don't you think? But like come on, you've probably done it by now, haven't you? So like, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. That's kind of sick. They've just done that. Honestly, that is the best way I've ever found to fulfill natural desires. That's all you do. Okay. Step 5. Cultural desires. I think you'll find this interesting. So, recently the iPhone 15 came out, bro. If you're watching this years in the future, you might be like genuinely like, what, that old thing? And that is the point of this bit. Like, the iPhone 15, bro, has these new like titanium edges, right? They've got the new titanium edges. Like, they've got everything, right? Like, they've even got like, they're selling more than the iPhone 14 by about like 10 to 12%. Can you believe that, mate? Like, that's actually like real. Like, I'm not even joking, like. When was the last time you heard someone talking about the iPhone 1? Like, come on, but like, what, like maybe you saw a video like 6 months ago and some guy was unboxing it, but like people don't talk about it. Did they talk about it at the time? Yes. Hell yeah. But it was like front. It would been like front page of the news. They would like 2007 was the year. They literally, it was everywhere, bro. Steve Jobs even made it like. Now, like, who cares? Like, it's just they've evolved since then. It's the first iPhone, bro. Like, they've improved so much since then. Yeah. My point is, why are you trusting cultural desires when they literally change every decade? Like, if you think long term, and bro, if you want to be successful, like, think long term. That's literally the secret to success. Think long term. Like just think long term. Like if you, it's like the example at the start of this video. If you join a race and you give yourself the rest of your life to finish the race, you'll probably finish the race, right? Like no matter what, how many constraints you've got, no matter how much momentum, no matter how slow you're walking or running, you will achieve success if you give yourself enough time to finish the race. So it's all just a race, bro. That's how you do it. The point is, a cultural desire is like the iPhone 1. Incredible when it's released. No one cares 15 years later, which isn't a long time. Same thing with the iPhone 15. 15 years from now, who's going to care about the titanium edges on the iPhone 15 years ago? No one. Right? Like, no one. Not a single person. No one is going to care about the titanium on the iPhone 15. Apart from that one geek called you. That's sorry. I'm only joking around, but no, your friend, right? Like, no, but part, that one like geek who's on YouTube who's like, oh, but like the iPhone 15 that came out like 15 years ago, it's kind of sick, man. How they had the titanium edges, and it's almost like a historian. Like no one cares. This is how I want you to view cultural desires. Like, I want you to view it with this sort of wisdom. Like, no one will care 15 years from now. No one will care. No one. That's what a cultural desire is. It's when nobody cares. Just a few years later. It's when like it's just the wave of the population. Like, oh yeah, we really care. Okay, we don't care anymore. Like, it's just, oh yeah, we really care about this, and then it's vague and it's always changing, and it's pointless. Right now, being famous is this really big thing. 10 years from now, maybe the new thing is coding AI bots. 10 years from then, maybe the new thing is hoverboard racing. No one cares. It's all just cultural desires that are always changing. There's just some ideas, and they're always changing, and they're just vague. You want something you can stick to for life, not for a couple years and then quitting and then going through this sort of vague. Like, you don't want to be like that, bro. Because those people, they're average, and average people, they're not very successful, man. You only desire cultural desires because everybody else desires them, so it makes the most sense. Yeah, and I can't afford the iPhone 15 anyway, so it's like. So, this is where cultural desires come from. So there's the close, the many, and the powerful. So you don't have to memorize them if you don't want. So close is like your mom, your brother, your friend. These are people that are close. Your best friend. Close. The many is like a huge Discord server. It's like your country. It's like just, I don't know, like maybe a big community you're part of. Maybe like some group you've joined. That's the many. And then the powerful is like the big influencer you look up to, like maybe Mr. Beast, or like just someone powerful, like a president or a prime minister, or like or the king, or like just anybody powerful. You know what I mean, right? Like big influencer. These are the people that cultural desires come from. So Your friend got a new iPhone, so you've decided to get a new iPhone, right? So that would be an example of the close. The many would be everybody gets a job when they turn 17, so I'm getting a job when I turn 17. That would be the many. The powerful would be the person that I look up to on YouTube is telling everybody to make a YouTube channel, so I might make a YouTube channel. That would be the powerful. So the benefit of this next practice is it's not that great, to be honest. You might only save a few decades of your life. So you might want to sort of like seriously, bro. Cultural desires can really break people. Like I said, how long ago? Like 20 minutes ago, maybe. When you sort of live this life of chasing other people's desires, other people's cultural desires, you waste decades. Because you wanted to be a journalist, and now you've got to start a business like your dad, and now because you saw a YouTuber and he always records his video, like his little story. This literally happened to me 5 minutes before recording this video. Right? So that's really recent, isn't it? You see this wall? I was going to get my camera. I was going to prop it up, sort of where my head is now. And I was going to be facing this wall. And I was going to make this video really like high quality and make it look pretty cool. I was going to take that little piece of paper down, obviously. Like, and I thought, like maybe if I got my camera and I got it set up and like, maybe it would look like that YouTuber I watch. That YouTuber that I watch. Because his videos are so good and I like him, and so I'm gonna change how I record videos because his as you can see, I defied that desire and I just record videos like I normally record videos on my phone, on my desk, sitting here, with it facing like within this sort of vicinity. Is it a good video? Did it ruin the quality? Like, be honest, did it ruin the quality? Is this video like 50% worse because I didn't sort of set up my camera and have it there and and do all this extra work, and it probably made it better if anything, bro. Cultural desires, bro, like they're hard to escape, and that's sort of something you got to learn for life. It's a life lesson, honestly. It's a life lesson to defy your cultural desires. Because in the end of the day, it's the starving artist or a depressed millionaire. And it's your choice, bro. You can either chase your cultural desires or your authentic ones. The way I understand it, we should fulfill our natural desires. Because that's the best way to do that. There's no doubt. I'm completely certain upon that. We should dissolve our cultural ones. You can go extreme with this. You can probably go too extreme with this. You don't want to dissolve so many cultural desires that you literally just walk around naked and you're arrested by the police. Because, like, right, your desire to wear clothes is a cultural desire, technically. You don't want to dissolve, but you want to dissolve the big ones. And only the big ones. The big things in your life, like a career, a job, maybe even a relationship, bro. Certain forms of relationship. Like, maybe all of your friends are dating girls when they're 14, so you've got to date girls when you're 14. That's a cultural desire, but like who cares? But how many girlfriends do you think I've got, bro? And you're probably like some people might criticize that, like, oh, well, no, that's not good. And here's another thing, bro. Sometimes people will criticize you when you defy your cultural desires, but we don't want to be like those people anyway, bro. Those people are literally broke. Those people open their bank account and they see that they've gone like overdrawn for the 16th time. Like, it's like come on, bro. Like what do you want? You know? If you're gonna defy your cultural desires, it's one of the boldest moves you can do. But it's also one of the greatest. So here's the practice. Now, before I get into it, there may be some cultural desires that you choose not to dissolve. And that's okay. That's okay, bro. I want you to go extreme with this. The more you go extreme with this, the more success you will get in life. End of story. Absolute 100%. No questions asked. But there may be a few that you still want to pursue anyway. Like money. Maybe there's a certain grade that you want to pursue. The point of this practice is to try and get rid of as many cultural desires as possible. But if you feel ridiculously sad about one specific cultural desire, I'll give you permission to keep as little as you possibly can. So, for example, say you get to the desire of grades, just as an example. This probably won't be you, but say you actually know that you should probably dissolve your cultural desire of grades and just decide, I don't want grades anymore, which is what we're trying to do here. But that sort of makes you feel so sad, and it's like you're thinking of the validation you get from your parents if you did get the grades, and how your friends would feel, and like they'd probably be jealous, bro, and like that would feel so good if I had their respect, and like you might be thinking of all that, and it's gonna be hard, but I want you to try and get rid of as many of those as possible. And if you absolutely cannot get rid of one, I want you to at least minimize it. So, for example, if it was grades, and you cannot get rid of it because it's incredibly important to you for whatever reason, literally just try and minimize it within itself. So make a list of all the different subjects in school, so maths, English, science, and try and cross out all of the ones that you don't care about. So maybe you don't care about English and you don't care about science, but you do care about math, or maybe the other way around, like whatever you want, right? And you try and at least minimize it in that way. So instead of focusing on grades, and you've got like 14 different subjects, you're just focused on 3, and you want to just maintain the rest. The point of this practice is to minimize as many cultural desires as possible, and this will be hard. I spent 2 days doing this. It was the most valuable 2 days of my entire life. I think, honestly, man, I quit bodybuilding because of this practice, bro. I think a lot of people might hear that and think, oh no, that's bad, like that's wrong. I haven't told my family about this. I feel almost a bit of shame for rejecting this desire. But I know it's the right decision for me. Before this practice, I was genuinely spending 3 days learning about a specific hormone, getting it optimized. I was learning about how to focus better by watching the 3-hour podcasts. I was spending all of my day on things I didn't care about. I could read you a few if you want. It's sad because I remember how much time I spent, but at least I'm not spending the time now. Here's some of them. And here is the ultimate question you've got to ask. Where did my desire to do X come from? So here's some examples. Where did my desire to have the perfect diet come from? This YouTuber I liked talks about how important diet was for him. I'd also heard about the awful effects of sugar, how great protein was for muscle growth, and how great diet is for focus. So after hearing all of these benefits and hating my current diet at the time, I guess I became interested in how I can eat to have better focus, health and muscle growth, and that became another thing to think about. I only really desired to not feel unhealthy and slobbish, which I now don't. I also wanted to increase my testosterone, which I now don't care about anyway. So YouTubers convinced me it was important for muscle growth, testosterone, and general health. I don't truly desire any of that. Though I would like to stay healthy, focused. I haven't journaled yet, so we'd have to see. Yeah. So honestly, but like that's just one I journaled. Honestly, man, if I imagine myself without having journaled that just one thing, I would have spent 6 months on that. I would have spent 6 months over the course of my life trying to get a perfect diet in place because of the amazing boosts of like testosterone and like all the health benefits and the focus benefits. And do I seem not focused right now? Like, bro, right now I just maintain my current diet. I'm not too bothered, you know. I just eat the same food that I used to eat, and I just don't really care. I had a desire to get really good at my diet. I would have spent 6 months doing that. In 5 minutes, I gained back 6 months of time. This practice is very, very valuable. I did that same journaling practice for focus for a little project I'm working on. And sometimes you'll find that your desires are actually authentic, and that's a beautiful thing. Like, for example, I've got this project that I'm working on. I found that it was authentic for me, and that I came to the desire by myself. When you journal about a desire and you figure out that you came to that desire by yourself because you wanted the thing and no one else, that's an authentic desire. And that's beautiful, man. I want you to pursue that in your life. That's the desire that makes you you. Now go do that. Go do more of that. Because it's a beautiful thing to see. If you find a desire that came from a YouTuber that you watched, I'm not doing that anymore. Instantly. Honestly. Instantly, bro. If you don't have a journal, like, again, there's a little journaling document in the description. You can literally just click on it, and I'll give you like a page to journal on. Like you'll have everything you need in there. Just don't worry about any like if it really is like, it is best to do it on a journal because it's slower and it'll make you think more. But if it's like it is absolutely, you don't have a journal, you don't have nothing, you don't even have paper, you don't have anything, just you can use the document if you want. That's just one of them. So that was just for an example. I hope that helped. Simply abandon any and all cultural desires. They are inauthentic and a waste of your short time on earth. That practice alone will 10 times your success. That practice alone will 10 times your success. Should I say that again, bro? Like, the amount of materialistic money grabbing, fame grabbing, seeking people out there. There's a chapter in this book I like. It's actually right here. Actually, I love this. This completely. I read this and I understand it just over a month ago. So it's chapter 9. Do it for love. Let's go to this one. Okay, here we go. Okay. If you sheepishly penetrate them to gratify your own needs, your woman and the world will feel your lack of dedication, depth, and truth. Rather than yielding in love to your loving, they will distract you, suck your energy, and draw you into endless complications so that your life and relationship become an almost constant search for release from constraint. So, if you don't understand that, basically what he's saying is if you live your life for money or fame or just the things that you know, like, if you live your life for sort of like these sort of selfish cultural desires, these sort of sheepish cultural desires, like, or just to gratify your own desire in general, the world will literally turn on you, bro. It will suck your energy and drain you of life force. It will distract you. It will mess you up, man. And I don't know, but this guy literally teaches people how to master the world. So I'm open to what he says, right? Don't just live to gratify your own cultural desires. This is the way. Materialistic people are stupid because they will achieve less success than me. They will have less in their life than me anyway. But I don't even want that stuff. Right there, I used to have a goal to get to 50,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and that was so sick, and I was so proud, and I was really trying, and took it off my wall. Who cares about what I want? Who cares about what I want? Do you want to know what I replaced it with? Just a little sign. Just be his leader. Just help him. Help you. That's. I stare at that piece of paper every single day. Help you. Like I'm talking about you, bro. Like you. Right now. The guy who's watched this for the last 80 minutes. I have a piece of paper stick to my wall telling me to focus on how I can help you. And I don't know, bro, but I feel like I've grown. Ever since I put that piece of paper up on my wall just over a month ago, I've had the most growth I've ever had on my entire YouTube journey. And I'm talking about my own growth. I'm not talking about actual analytics because, like I said, I don't care about that, bro. Do you have any idea how powerful that is, bro? I watched a full 4-hour guide on money. Do you want to know the best money mindset? Don't care about money. Do you want to know the best fitness mindset? Don't care about muscle. Do you want to know the best? Don't you understand yet, bro? If you focus on cultural desires, you actually get less cultural desires. That's not even a joke. Really think about that for a second. If you abandon your cultural desires, you'll get more cultural desires anyway. Actually think about that. If you abandon your desire for money, you get richer. That's how powerful it is. Okay. That's step 5. I hope you understand that one. That's very, very important that you do that one. I hope that really helps. Obviously, the document. Honestly, I'm going to have a journaling document. It's going to have every single journaling practice and all the different. It's going to have everything in there. So don't worry about any little things. I've really thought about it. I've spent over a week trying to think of how could I help him journal the best. So really don't worry because I've got every single need you've got covered, bro. Step 6, authentic desires. Hold up. Let's wait just 4 more seconds. Okay. That's 4 more seconds you've wasted your life. Because you're not currently pursuing your authentic desires. I feel sorry for you, bro. How does anybody live without their purpose stuck to their wall? Man, genuinely, do you want to see my wall? Genuinely, in teenage suffering, it's right here, bro. It's right there, it's stuck on my wall since the start of this year, man. It's almost October, man. That's almost 8 months. No, sorry, 10 months. It's been stuck on there for 10 months. When I discovered my purpose in life, I halved my fapping overnight. I suddenly had the direction that I had been wishing for. I started the YouTube channel that I was delaying for months on end. I found the reason I'm here, helping you. My purpose in life. This isn't just about purpose, this is about authentic desires, but your purpose is an authentic desire. Sometimes, I think, sometimes you'll fulfill an authentic desire, and then you'll realize that your authentic desire was actually a cultural desire. But we'll still call them authentic desires because they're important to fulfill anyway. When a cultural desire is so important to you that you have to fulfill it no matter what, it becomes an authentic one. hope that makes sense. So my purpose in life is to end teenage suffering, which sounds big and bold and like, yeah, that's what purpose is supposed to be. Big, bold, ambitious. But that's my vision. That's why I spent the last 90 minutes recording this video. Do you think I would have done this if I didn't have my purpose on my wall? Who would be crazy enough to record a 90-minute video, to spend 3 weeks scripting it? Like, bro, like, yo, bro, do you think I didn't spend 3 weeks scripting this video, bro? Like, it's just, like, you can't be this ridiculous without a purpose. Mr. Beast discovered YouTube when he was 11 years old. If you don't know him, if you don't know, you know Mr. Beast, but he's got like 220 million subscribers, like probably more than that now, like maybe 300 million, he's probably around there if you combined all his channels. So he's got some cultural desires you may want. He found his desire for YouTube when he was 11 years old. He's now 23 and he's become wildly successful. Imagine that. Now imagine someone who just doesn't have any authentic desires and sort of just sways through life with no direction, with no purpose, with no anything. Then life gives him nothing. And he's just average and he's everything we don't want to be. When you find your authentic desires, you will become very successful. And if you don't, you'll be happy. You'll still be better off than 99% of people. Genuinely. I'm not ultra successful, but I have a purpose. I know what I'm doing. I have direction. I have plans. I feel like I know what I'm doing, kind of. I'm learning. I have a loving family. I'm happy. I go on a walk every day. I love pursuing the growth of this YouTube channel. Both the growth of myself and the YouTube channel. I love how this perfectly aligns with my core values in life, which is growth, love, harmony, and hope. I love how, jeez, but you're getting from your emotion on them, and but seriously, bro. Even if I'm not a millionaire, I'm still living my best life, and I wouldn't trade it for Mr. Beast or anybody, and that is beautiful. And despite that, I still think I'm going to be wildly successful. I think I'm very, very bad at predicting where I'm going to be 6 months from now. But like seriously, bro, if you look at some of my goals, it's like wrong. It's like, but like, you know, like hopefully in the future I'll get better at that. But you know, it is what it is. So what's the point of finding your purpose? You will know what direction to put your life into. Everything we've learned about success, right? Do you remember the start of this video? Hopefully you do. We talked about a race. You're currently in a race, and you've got a bag of weights in your back, and you're trying to run as fast as you can. Imagine you're doing that race, and a second race, and a third one, and a fourth one, and a fifth one, and a sixth one. You're making like no progress in any of them. This is the life of, well, like, everybody. When you find your purpose and go all in on it, you've got one race. And you got all the motivation and desire in the world to go as far as you possibly can until there's nothing left. It's determination. It's that ruthless determination to just get where you want to go, no matter what. And if you look at success stories, there's probably some part of him that just had the determination to get there. Because determination is momentum. With purpose, you will run twice as fast as your competition and get twice the results. So it's like, and you'll also just be happy, and you'll just be living your best life anyway. So it's like, it's worth it if you ask me. So those are the benefits. So how do you find this thing called purpose? Okay, let's do another short practice to do that. Trouble with the purpose, bro, is that you're a ship. This is genuinely a thought I had this morning. You are a ship. Imagine you're a ship. So you are a ship. So I'm a ship. You're a ship. What do ships do? Well, they go places, right? What do they do when they're not going places? Well, they sort of just wait by the dock. They're sort of just in the water, but they're sort of just floating around and they're just waiting to go somewhere. Be the ship waiting to go somewhere. So imagine you're a ship. Now, once the ship knows where it's going, that idea of where you're going to go is your purpose. And then you are the ship, and then fulfilling your purpose is like going in that direction with your ship. When you ain't got a purpose, bro, what do you do? What does a ship do when it ain't got purpose, when it ain't got no direction? It waits by the dock until there is a direction. Be the ship waiting by the dock until there is a direction. Because eventually, they'll find it. And that might sound boring. Probably is. But it's how you find your purpose. Imagine you're a ship. Now wait. Wait by the dock. Imagine if a ship didn't have a direction. It's sort of just wandering around like the London Thames, the Thames in the London. No, but the Thames, the London Thames. And it's just sort of wandering around, going under the bridge, back through the bridge, below, like sort of just going. We'll go into the dock. We'll go around here. It's like you're going nowhere. Do you want to know where to go? Just wait by the dock. I'll tell you in a couple of days. Right, like that genuinely, bro. Wait by the dock. That's what you do. Sit down. No video, no screens, no nothing. Like not even a flipping ping pong ball. Like nothing, bro. And wait by the dock. Your purpose will come, and when it comes, you're a ship, and you're gonna charge straight at it with everything you've got, man. But honestly, most people are too lazy to just wait by the dock, so they're just gonna but some people are gonna watch this video for 90 minutes and then click off because he talked about waiting by the dock. Like, that's how fucking lazy some people are. But I know what you're like. Like you're probably thinking about you're probably thinking about all the other interesting things you could do in that same time. I'll tell you now. Honestly, bro. Purpose is the best use of your time. And I say that sincerely. I say that as a guy who spent time trying to find his purpose. I did it, and it was worth it. So maybe if you watched over 90 minutes in this video, you probably kind of like me, like maybe not like me, but you kind of oh yeah, this video is kind of good. If you wouldn't have watched it for 90 minutes otherwise. So it worked for me, and I'm not joking around. This is quite sincere, bro. I'm happy and I'm healthy, and I feel good about my life. Ever since I found my purpose. I promise it will do the same for you. And I promise it is a good use of your time. If the last 90 minutes was a good use of your time, this is also a good use of your time. Trust me on that one, please. I hope you do. I'm not sure how many people are going to actually do this practice, but I'm going to put it out there anyway, because, you know, like maybe like a couple guys are going to find their purpose, and they're the people I want to hang out with. And I hope one day we will, you know, like, next bit, I wanted to include this bit because it really helped me recently. Find your core values. So I actually talked about my core values, like, 10 minutes ago or something. So they're actually all stuck on my wall. Like, honestly, I've talked about my wall so much in this video. That's how important this video is to me. This video ain't a joke, bro. Honestly, like, 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna, like, how many things have I got? Like, 4, 5, 6, 5, something like that. So I've got about, hold on, let me do the math. I've got about 11 pieces of paper on my wall. 5 of them are about desire. That's how big this video is. I'm talking about how big the video is again. But seriously, that's how important this video is to me. This is how much it's helped me. Half of my wall is literally just stuff about desire. And you're probably like, oh, what's the other half? It's just, honestly, it's just a few quotes. It's just a few names. And it's just like a little side topic. And like, honestly, but like literally half of my wall is just this. And recently I found my core values in life, which is growth, love, harmony, and hope. They are very important to me, and I think you should find some as well, because these are your authentic values. So most of this video has been about desire, which is very interesting. Values is sort of kind of like desire. It's kind of a side thing. Is values kind of like desire? Values is a bit different. Values is like why you live. You know, they're the things that you value. They're helpful to find direction. Well, I'll make a little document for you in the description, just because I don't want to go into this for too long. It will just be like a little guide on how to find your core values, just to add a little bonus onto the video. I think we're not going to go too deep into that. The next bit, the distraction detox. I made a whole video on this. If you want more in detail stuff, go watch that video right now. Then go watch that video right now. No, but seriously, it's a really good video. I had a lot more in there that I'm going to teach you now. So if you want to just really big into this, this will help you find your purpose. This will help you overcome all of your cultural desires. This is basically, it's basically like all of the steps in this video combined. If you just go and watch that video, it's sort of, this is a bit more in detail. It's a 7-day challenge that you're going to do starting tomorrow. The rules are no nothing apart from essentials. And essentials are not 3 hours of Netflix, right? Essentials are like eating, drinking, brushing your teeth, like essentials, right? And then the rest, you're just going to be waiting for your purpose and working through your cultural desires. I recommend you go check that out, that video, if you want to really understand this. But that's all you really need to do. Just for the next 7 days, starting tomorrow, just do the practices inside of this video. This is your challenge. This is the distraction detox. Everything is distracting you from what you really want, which is mastery, success, the things that you truly desire. This is how you get that. It's like 7 days? Like, out of your entire 80 years on this planet, like, 7 days? What's 7 days? 7 days, and honestly, bro, you'll never look back. And honestly, bro, you might be finished by day 4. Honestly, it didn't take me that long to do this challenge. It took me like 2 days to work through my cultural desires and like maybe 2 days to find my purpose. It's not that difficult, bro. Honestly, say 7 days just so you've got a good runner-up. So you've got enough time. In case you slack and you forget sometimes. Everybody else, all of your competition, the people that you're in a race with right now, the people you're competing with right now, they are all going from desire to desire to desire to desire, with no direction, with no plan, with no anything. And here you are, working through your desires, achieving so much success, setting up your entire life. You'll race ahead everybody. You'll be that guy who looks back and there's no one there. You are uncommon amongst uncommon people. It's what you want, isn't it? It's everything you could have hoped. It's everything you could have dreamed. And it took like, what, a week? Yeah. So then you'll be that guy with the news reporter like, so how did you achieve all of this? Well, I just spent saw this like sort of 7-day thing I saw on the internet. It was pretty good. Like imagine if you heard that. Like wouldn't that be like so like what like no I can't be that great like this. Trust me, bro. Okay, that was pretty good, you know. Yeah. Okay, do you want to go into the next one? Jesus, this video is long, man. This is over 2 hours, isn't it? Step 7: momentum and motivation and drive. And everything in between. That's not true. Like, this is just going to be covering motivation and momentum and drive and all that. So, momentum is the single most important thing for success. Imagine you're in a race, and all of your opponents are running, and you're walking. You're going to lose the race, right? It's good, but most people live their lives like this. They're like literally they're in a race and they're walking. Like bro, you're not fat, you can run, like why are you walking? Like it's just oh. This is like the guy who literally, if you click on his YouTube channel, he has a description box where he talks about the amazing vlogs he's gonna make and all the incredible videos that he's gonna post that he wrote 6 months ago. And you click on videos and it's like, no videos have been uploaded. That's literally the same thing. Like, if you can't be walking in the race, bro. Like, it's just, you can either run or you can walk. It's your choice. Or you can do what these YouTubers are doing and just stand still and just wait. So when do I start walking again? Has it started yet? It's like the guys at the start of the race. Like, this was me once. Honestly, I literally once, it was like sports day, and I literally, everybody like sort of, so there were 5 places: first, second, third, fourth, and fifth, and the bell literally went, and I didn't hear them. I didn't know the race had started, and literally the slowest kid was already halfway through, and I hadn't even started yet, and I finally started. I still came 4th place, so like it's just that's funny, but you know, like still 4th place ain't that great, really. But you know, like it's like the guy who just stands still and the race has already started, and he's like what's going on, bro? You gotta race ahead, bro. The race has started. You need momentum, and I'm gonna teach you how to do that in this next bit. You're gonna find this very interesting. We're going over a lot of different things. This is a lesson I learned early in life, like literally over a year ago now. It was this is the idea that made me start recording videos, and now 300 videos later, I'm still talking about it. Right. Right. Like this isn't even a joke. Like, if you look up to me in whatever way, like, just start. I like that, those 2 words, just start. I made a whole video about that. Like literally was the first video I ever really uploaded when I was sort of giving advice like this. Just start. Once you've started the race, every step is still an extra step. No matter how slowly you're moving, at least you're moving. So, I'll show you how to create some goals, because goals can be very motivating, and once you have a goal, it's like you must act now because you can't wait anymore. So I'll make you a little goals template if you want. So that'll be in the description. Like, tell me if there's too many templates, bro, because I kind of like making them. Like, I don't know. So this is the full goal setup guide for good desires. So once you've gone through the bit that we were talking about earlier, and you found the things that you really truly desire in life, because once you've done all of the practices we've been talking about, the only things you should desire should be the things that you really desire. They should be powerful now. So pick one of those desires. Maybe it's your desire to... For me, my desire to do this YouTube channel is authentic, and I've worked through this, and I truly desire to do this. So I'd pick that desire. Now, find a metric you want to focus on. So this can be a bit of a weird one. It depends what metric you're focusing on. Like, maybe you could focus on and try and pick a real metric, but not like an awful one, if you know what I mean. So for example, like if you have... So for YouTube, a metric I'm currently focusing on is how many words I have on a document. This document is basically just a collection of like little like things that I can add into videos, and like it's hard to describe it, but it's sort of like it's like you, if you know what I mean. Like it's hard to describe. So I have a goal to get to write 10,000 words every single month on this document, and then condense it down to like 1,000 or something, 2,000, and then to do that every single month. So I picked a desire, YouTube. I picked a metric, how many words are on this document, and then I picked a time space, which is just monthly, or by the end of the year. You can either do... I'd recommend you either do 3 months from now, 6 months from now, or a year from now. Those are the best ones, really. 3 months is very special, actually. Like, I've been focusing on 3 months. It's very special. 1 year is good as well, though. So I'll make you a little goals template in the show. They're not hard to make, but literally just... But like, it might be pretty helpful just to add some onto there. So you've picked a desire, you've picked a metric to focus on. If you can't find a metric, just think numbers. Just think numbers. Like, what is a number? Minutes of videos. Like that's a number. Amount of videos created. Like, these are all numbers, bro. Like 2, 3, 4. Like, just think numbers. That's the way you find metrics. It's like, I don't know, like pages journaled. Like, these are all things. Like, so you pick your desire, and then you've picked a metric inside of that desire. Now set a goal for that metric. I've got a goal to journal 2 full journals by the end of the year. Boom. You know, that's not that hard, but like 2, like, there's this certain journaling technique that's very like mentally draining. That's like, it's just the way I journal, I guess. Make it quite ambitious. Like, do something that you genuinely think would be a challenge for you, but not so hard that it feels out of your reach. You want it to be manageable, so you like believe that you can do it. So for example, I could do like, you can do 1,000 subscribers, but average people like 1,000 subscribers. So you can decide. What I'd rather do, if I was in your position and I wanted to do YouTube, I'd just say record 50 videos by the end of the year. That's a much better goal, trust me. And then if you want to do even more than that, record 50 videos by the end of the year, getting 1% better each time. That's something you could try. So set goals based on metrics, and try and pick the right metrics. Try and pick metrics that make you better. Right? Like, try and think about that make you better. Pages journaled. Words written down. That make you better. Okay. That's how you set a goal, honestly. That's my 3-step goal template. You can fill those in the template if you want. So, now, next. Practice align 100% of your life to your new goals. Now that your goals are based on the desires that are authentic and true to you, just align your entire life to them. Why not? This is what I do. Honestly, do you want to hear my list? Here's my list. So we've got YouTube, we've got finding love, we've got spending time with my family, we've got recovering from this sort of condition I've got, we've got a project I'm working on, and I've got just literally just masculinity, or like this book, because this biggest book is very good. So I'm sort of just trying to get good at it, you know. It's like this one. Yeah, I like this book. It's really good. Honestly, it's just a good book. Like what can I say? Well, like it's one of those books where it's like you got to read it multiple times to really, but it's a good book. Anyway, yeah, enough about how good this book is. But that's honestly, they are my goals based on my true desires, which is the end teenage suffering. So my purpose is to have deep and meaningful relationships, and to just have a good day-to-day life. That's how short you want your list to be. Like I've got nothing else on my list. But you wait. Are you waiting for me to say like the next thing? Like those are my desires. Yeah, yeah. Like what do you desire, bro? Like how long is your list? Like 50? Like hopefully you've done all the practices in the step. What was it? Step 3, 4, 5? I think. Or no, 4, 5, 6. I think I'm messed up, you know. Okay, yeah, like I think the steps won't be in order, but like we're gonna have to ignore that. Oh yeah, they're not, are they? Oh, I'll have to re-record the entire video now, won't I? No, we're not doing that, bro. But like, okay, so the steps are all messed up. We're gonna ignore that. So that is funny though. Authentic, I guess. But like, yeah, we're gonna completely ignore that. I'm just gonna cut this bit out of the video. We're gonna, just. Oh my god. But anyway. Oh man, jeez. I'm just spending all that time on the script and the steps aren't even. Oh man. So those are my 3 desires, and it's just realized that. No, okay. You're going to be so directed after doing this practice. Like I swear to God, bro, you're going to be so directed after doing this. You're gonna, bro. I desire 3 things. If you see me a decade from now, and I don't have at least one of the 3 things that I want, then the only possible explanation I could possibly give you is some more desires came along, and they literally just destroyed my life. Because desires can do that, bro. I just want to fulfill my purpose, find deep and meaningful relationships, which is basically just have, instead of like 100 great, like okay friends, having like 2 or 3 great ones, or like just one incredible, lover. Yeah, and having a really good relationship with my family, and just having a good day-to-day life, so I don't have all these problems. Yeah, yeah, I think that's what I want. So those are my desires. A lot of people start going in circles. Once you've found your desires, set goals based on them, and then achieve those goals. This is your direction. This is what you've been waiting for. This is what you spend your life doing. Every action you take is because of desire. Why not desire the right things? And then actually take action towards them. You should want to do this by this stage, bro. If you feel like, well, no, because it's going to be too much work, you might want to redo some of the practices, bro, because like maybe though they're not your authentic desires. If they're truly your authentic desires, you should want to do them. Unless there's something holding you back, and you're going to have to work out what that is for yourself, because this is the fun part, right? If you've gone through this entire video and you're like, oh, what do I do now? And I feel like some people might have skipped it because it's easy and fun. But once you link them to your authentic desires that you now have, just align your life to them, and you'll find you'll achieve everything you want. It's as simple as that. You'll be so directed, and you will genuinely feel successful. Okay, here's the fun part. dark desires. So, honestly, bro, ever since I did this practice, I've gotten out of bed every single morning within the first minute or two. That's big for me. Honestly, man, that is actually massive for me. I've genuinely, honestly, I'm going to be honest, bro, I've struggled to get out of bed pretty much every day for years. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm just really tired in the mornings. It tends to be that. I'm just tired when I wake up. It's a lot of different things. Maybe I'm a bit hungry. I'm very thirsty as well, because I tend to sleep for a good amount of time. But every single morning. Hold on. 56:05. Let me write that down. Jesus, I did not expect this video to take this long, bro. That was so massive for me. Years. Honestly, years. Years spent just wasting 20 minutes a day. And if you know like anything about like time, 20 minutes a day is a lot of time. When you think about like 20 minutes a day every single day for years, honestly, like time is currency, right? Time is so precious. This could literally save you 20 minutes every single day for the rest of your life. That's what it's done for me. And that is so valuable. I literally searched all over the internet trying to find something, and this is the best thing that I possibly found. And it was actually in this book, if I'm being honest. There's a chapter on owning your darkest desires. Dark desires are one of the best things you can possibly do for motivation. That and purpose. Honestly fantastic. Like, you can't get much better than that. So here's how you find your dark desires. So it's sort of a journaling prompt or just something to think about. Where do I desire to destroy/kill something? Like, I'm laughing because it's sort of like, this is dark, right? Like, they're dark desires for a reason, man. Because there's a primal desire inside of you to destroy, to kill. And it's there no matter what. You can pretend it's not. And a lot of people like doing this. They like pretending it doesn't exist. Even me, bro. I want to destroy every single other YouTuber in this space. I want to kill them and take everything they've got. These are dark desires that motivate you very, very highly. And when you say them out loud, you sound dangerous. And you feel dangerous. And then you actually put in the work to get those results. And then you become successful. The best example is honestly women. Honestly, man, I think the most relatable one is just women, which is just your desire to destroy women. And you might sort of neglect this sort of desire because it's sort of like, it's sort of like, oh well, you shouldn't desire that. That's bad for you, and like it's not really. Honestly, you've just been convinced it's bad for you for whatever reason. There's nothing wrong with wanting to destroy a woman. In fact, bro, according to this guy, man, most women actually fantasize about getting destroyed. So, although that's a little just secret between you and me, don't tell your mum, bro. Like, it's not. You can skip this bit if you want, bro. But you're missing out on an opportunity of a lifetime. Once you own your dark desires, I swear, I haven't done this fully yet because I'm genuinely scared. I'm scared of how powerful this is going to be. I'm genuinely scared of this practice, so I've been delaying it. That's not even a joke. When I delay something, you better believe it's big, bro. Like, this is how you do it. Okay. You want to find your dark desires by asking yourself, where do I desire to destroy / kill something? Maybe you can journal out on the little journaling document I linked, or just anything you want. Or just on paper, which is a lot better, really. Once you've found those dark desires, link them to an action. I figured this out when I was laying in bed, and I was going to do what I normally do, which is just lay there for sort of 20 minutes and then get out of bed and start my day. I decided to start thinking about how if I got out of bed and I did these sort of productive habits that I do every day anyway. I'm not sure if I want to say this one on camera, honestly, really. But like, okay, so I imagined one of my dark desires and I sort of linked it to it, okay? Okay, like, we're just going to say that. My desire to destroy a woman, we'll call it that. So, I linked that desire to just getting out of bed. So from that day on, I just sort of got out of bed every single morning for like, and it hasn't stopped yet, bro. Dark desires are powerful, man. And I know it's a pretty vague thing, like, oh, we're getting out of bed, like, that's not a big one, bro. Like, for me, it was, honestly. For me, getting out of bed was so draining and tiring. That is actually quite big for me. I'm scared of doing this in other ways. Getting out of bed was just one way. If I did this in other ways, I'm genuinely scared of the results, because here's an example. Also, little note, try and make a conscious link between your dark desire and the action. So don't just say, if I, got out of bed, I would get to destroy more women. Because your brain doesn't believe that just yet. Imagine how that would actually help. So if I got out of bed and I went for a walk, I guess I would look a little leaner, and then maybe more women would like my body when I took my shirt off in the swimming pool, and then they'd sort of tell me to go around back, and like you can fill in the rest for yourself. I'm not filling in, bro. Like, so so make the conscious link of how that would benefit X. Don't just say it. Believe it. And truly believe it. And actually make a link that's visible and clear. So, an example. If I do push-ups today, I will have a bigger chest and more women will want me to destroy them. So it's like, this might seem a bit funny, but like this it really works. Honestly, you're gonna have to trust me with that one. So yeah, again, journaling document, all that. Right now, you have an opponent. Your opponent is scared. He's afraid of his dark desires. Maybe a little bit like you. Own your dark desires and watch yourself race ahead of him. Watch your opponent be curled up in his own tension and fear of himself, bro. As you achieve the success because you decided to just say out loud, yeah, I want this thing. It's who you are, bro. There's nothing wrong with it. Although that doesn't mean actually go and pursue that thing. Like, the point is, make a conscious link. I'm not telling you to pursue this in your own life. Dark desires are dark for a reason. So use them as motivation, and I don't know. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I'm not going to give you any advice past that because I'm new to Dark Desires, right? In the future, I might make like a little update video on Desire. I'll update you as I go along on this journey. Okay. Jesus, bro. There's a whole nother step. I did not. Okay, my tea's probably getting cold right now. I genuinely, bro. I'm hungry. My throat is dry. But I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna record a whole nother step just for you. I'm gonna spend another 20 minutes recording just for you, bro. Step 8. Willpower. Willpower is the skill of defying desire. Willpower is when you see something you want and you say no. And then you go and pursue the thing that you truly want. So this is like when, something tries to steer you off the course of what you actually want. Willpower is the skill of defying that. You're the average of the 5 people you spend time with. Willpower. People will drain your willpower like that. You're more likely to do something that you don't want to do. Someone else is doing it. So here's what you do. Delete your triggers. Go through your subscriptions list and unsubscribe from every single YouTube channel that isn't aligned to your authentic desires, even me. If mastery or desire or any of this is not authentic to you, just unsubscribe. I don't care if you're already subscribed. Honestly, man, I've got no subs, and I'm asking you to unsubscribe. Genuinely, think of how kind of you know what I mean? Like, this is just unsubscribe. Like, I don't care, bro. If it's authentic to you, just do it. It is what it is, right? Honestly, I don't even want people watching this channel who don't genuinely desire the things I talk about. That includes any influencer, even the ones you really like that you don't want to unsubscribe from. Because, bro, no matter what, you will copy them. You will imitate them. You will be the average of them. No matter what.
Your dinner's ready.
Thank you.
Your dinner's ready.
Oh, could you give me 10 minutes?
10 minutes, okay.
Yeah. I'll try to wrap this up in 10. It might take 15, honestly. So I'm gonna go a little faster in this bit because genuinely my tea is genuinely ready, bro. I'm genuinely, it's just. Okay, the best way to find your triggers is to work backwards. What's something you didn't like doing? What's something you do not want to repeat? What was the thing you did just before that thing happened? Just before that, just before that, just before that. Trace it back to the source, and then get rid of it. Something I did not like doing, I don't know, a little example I gave is ejaculation, jacking off, went on the hub, had a mental fantasy, saw sexy girl on YouTube, went on YouTube. That's tracing it backwards, right? So, seeing sexy girl on YouTube equals ejaculated. Unsubscribe from the sexy girls on YouTube. Boom. Done. Gone. So that's how I'd like you to think about it. So maybe you could just write down what are a few things you didn't like doing? Well, staying up till midnight. What happened right before you stood up till midnight? Well, I was laying in bed and I sort of just watched TV. And what happened before you were watching TV? Well, I was sort of stressed out because school and all that, and it was kind of draining. And okay, well, just maybe you could try and just fix that. Do X to just not feel stressed after school. Boom, work backwards. Boom, done. That'll really help. That could genuinely save you years of your life if you just delete all of your triggers. People really like talking about these triggers. It's a big thing nowadays. And it can genuinely save years because the amount of triggers, the amount of influences nowadays that getting you to do things that you don't want to do, that are different from what you actually want to do with your life. It can genuinely save years of just bad habits and just trash stuff just taking you off course. This is where the video gets a little dark. And not like dark as in like, oh, funny, like dark, you know. It's something I had to do recently. It's sad, but you're the average of the 5 people you spend time with and the content you consume. So your friends is included with this. And I know you like laughing and joking, like when you go on when you'll go on like Discord or like the voice thingy or like whatever. I know it's like really fun and it's kind of cool, but it's like you're the average of the 5 people you spend time with, and bro, he's been eating a lot of junk food recently. Like he doesn't train as hard as you. Like, bro, honestly, bro, like if you're up here and you spend time with people that are all down here, your life goes a little lower. It's just how it works, unfortunately, and there's nothing I can do about it. There's no magic pill. There's nothing I can possibly say to you that will change that. That applies to me. That applies to every human being on this planet. Which means if you really want this, you'll cut off some of your friends. But no, that's not necessary because friends make your life happy and bro, this level, this is not just your material success. This is also your happiness. Friends can bring you down, man. And you gotta pick the right ones. And it's all relative to where you are in life. I'll say that again, it's all relative to where you are in life. If you're hanging out with millionaires, that's cool. But if you're a billionaire and you are hanging out with millionaires, that's bad. Because the millionaires will actually make you broker. If you know, like, I hope that makes sense. If you're a billionaire and you hang out with millionaires, the billionaire gets less wealthy. Honestly, man. That's not even a joke. Like maybe you can take that into different areas, but like, honestly, mate, he gets less wealthy. It's all relative to where you are, and if you think you're going to be up here in the future, and you've still got friends who are down here and are not seemingly getting any better, then the best move is always to cut them off, and I had to do that. I said goodbye to a friend I had for 5 years. It was sad. We hugged and we talked. I had to say goodbye to a few more friends. There was one friend who sort of, I said I was trying to say goodbye the entire time, but I don't think he really took it in. I don't know, but to this day, I don't even know if he really understands that I was trying to say goodbye to him. But I hope he'll understand one day. I don't know. I'll make this easy for you. Don't worry. Like, I know it's hard now, but you know, we'll work this out together. I'm not gonna hurt you. What you do is, honestly, the advice I got was to send a respectful message to a group chat or a friend. Honestly, I think some people like respectful messages and some people would genuinely prefer you ghost them. My friend told me to ghost him. That's not even a joke. I asked my friend, would you rather I ghost you or I send a message to you? And he said, I'd rather you ghost me. So some friends are going to want you to ghost them. Some friends they're going to want some sort of message. So send a respectful message, and if some of them are sort of confused, just ghost them. Honestly, try and explain it and then maybe ghost them. Leave any server you're in. Generally, like, leave it all. Like, I left my own server. Genuinely, I left my own server because of this on Discord. It's crazy, bro. But If anybody says something mean about you, they weren't your friends to begin with. Simple as. Honestly, after you leave, the people who are your real friends will feel sorry and sad, but will hopefully move on. And everybody else, like maybe some other people who weren't really your friends anyway, will start saying mean stuff like, oh, you were so unlegit, but like, I don't know. But I don't know. If it's easy for you to just write the message yourself, then do that. If it's easier for you to just fit in a little template I made, it's not like, geez, I don't want you to think of this as like some sort of like, oh, just do this. Like, honestly, I'll just take you through a few questions and you'll get some ideas for what to write down on the message, and hopefully you'll understand like, okay, this is how I write the message. So I've made a literal template for you because of how hard this is. You can go fill that in now. I hope that helps you because I didn't have a template, so that was the sad part of the video. But let's finish it off with this last bit on willpower, because willpower is a muscle. The more you drain your willpower, the more willpower you get after about a day. So the way to think about it is if you're like level 10 in willpower, it's like if you drain all of your willpower until you're like a level 0, the next day you'll be a level 11 on willpower. And then you drain all of that, level 12. Drain all of that, level 13. And you keep going up, right? The more you drain it. That's how you level up the skill of willpower. The best way to level it up is, honestly, just put something triggering in front of you and just tell yourself not to eat that thing. You could literally just go get your favorite bar of chocolate and just put it in front of you and say, I am not going to eat this thing. That is really valuable. Like, I never did like my favorite bar of chocolate, but I put something in front of me that I really wanted to eat. And honestly, bro, that was how I quit junk food. It's genuinely as simple as that. Just put it in front of you and tell yourself not to eat that thing. I like to consciously say to myself, do not eat that thing. And then after a few days, you sort of just naturally don't eat it because your willpower will level up. And then you can try and use more and more triggering things as you go along. And that's how you level up willpower, so it's pretty sick. Also, the friend thing was trying to get rid of everything draining your willpower. Because, unfortunately, no matter how much willpower you have, friends are the hardest things to resist. On my phone, I've literally got a picture of myself. So there's a little like app you can get where you age yourself, and I've got a little picture of myself when I'm like 60 years old or something, and I've literally just got that as my lock screen, and it's really, really helpful. It will literally just give you a quick like 30% boost to willpower. It's really, really valuable doing that. Or you can literally just look up a picture of an old guy and imagine it's you. That might be easier. It was a little idea I got. I think on the journaling document there'll be a picture of an old guy. You can just copy that one, or just look at it, or just stare at it, and just imagine you becoming that person in the future. That's what I want you to imagine. Imagine I will one day be that person. So, and just keep in mind your future self, and your willpower will go up by about 30% just real quick. And if you want more, there's a guy called Hamza. He made an incredible video on willpower. It was like 2 hours long or something. It was like really, really in depth. If you want more on willpower, he's the best guy to go to, honestly. Like I got a lot of that stuff from just his video. I obviously added to it and made it my own. But like, honestly, I recommend you go check that out because it was very, very, very good. And also, I think there'll be a little bonus in the description if you want to go down there. Thank you, bro. That was 2 hours and 20 minutes. This is the longest video I've ever recorded. My throat hurts. I'm sweaty. Jesus, I spent 3 weeks on the script. That took me all day. That is the full. Oh my god, that is the. I might have changed the title since uploading it, but that is the full desire guide. You now know everything you need to conquer your desires. As I grow as a person, I'll learn more about desire, and I'll update you, and maybe I'll make a part 2 to this video, who knows. But that's everything I've learned at this point in time. I'm just over 15 years old, and honestly, bro, that's everything I've learned about desire. I hope that helped you. It feels unreal I've actually just recorded this video, but anyway, my name is Sam. Our name is 7. Fix your brokenness for your purpose.